What's up YouTube, 90s Kid here. Today we're back with another build video. Kind of a build video. This is more or less, we're going to just be kind of talking about an ability on the Void Gauntlet and a certain perk that allows you to use that ability often. But essentially this is to kind of help people stay alive when you're out doing solo play. I'm here in the Elysian Wilds. You can do solo chest runs here. I feel like a lot of people struggle with staying alive in these zones, and because they are kind of an in-game zone, you know, a lot of artifacts that you can farm are here, and it's kind of hard to stay alive. But with this setup, you're essentially using the Blooddrinker ring, except for you're not losing the 25% damage. Yeah, let's get into it. Right now I'm using the blunderbuss. If you guys played the PvP weekend in Coral Divide, you were able to get those beta participant coconuts. You were able to craft some blunderbusses. I think I crafted 2. This one has Vorpal Enchanted and Flame Attunement on it. So it's not best in slot or anything. It just has a diamond. I just kind of wanted to show you guys not necessarily a perfect setup in terms of weapons. Armor doesn't matter about this stuff. Just use whatever you got. I'm not even going to go over it. You've seen it before in my other videos. But the thing we want to kind of look at is I'm using the Bursting Void. But you can see down here, this is Refreshing Rupture. So when you hit a target with Essence Rupture, reduce Essence Rupture's cooldown by 43%. That's our Blooddrinker, essentially, right? So we'll kind of go into our masteries and we'll look at our, this is Essence Rupture. So fire projectile dealing 100% void weapon damage and dealing an additional 25% base damage to hostile AI targets that inflict Essence Rupture for 10 seconds, healing anyone that hits the target for 20% of the damage. That's where the healing comes in. So for 10 seconds, all the damage you do, you get back in healing, 20%. So, you know, if you're hitting 800, 900, 1,000 per pellet, you're going to be getting, what's that, you know, 5,000 to 6,000 damage per attack. So you should be healing roughly 1,000, 1,200 every second. Now, make it things a little bit easier, you know, you can, this is another Gorgon blunderbuss that I'd got. It rolled life stealing. So when you're doing solo play, sometimes it's wise just to have specific gear for that solo play. You can throw this on, get a ring with life stealing as well. So you have essentially you know, 15% damage coming back to you as health. You got that 20% damage coming back through rupture. Another good way to get this, if you don't know, I think you can craft a bursting void and it's going to have refreshing rupture on it. You can use your materia on that, but you can also just use fracture. My fracture has refreshing rupture as well, because it's just a great thing for even just a healer to use. So if you're a healer out there and you're looking, being able to throw rupture on an enemy and everyone just heal, it's essentially an extra AoE heal, especially on a boss. So it works out pretty well. Again, your armors don't really matter. I'm using my basic setup with my blunderbuss. A lot of stuff has fire. I'd say the thing you might want to look for is leeching shrapnel blast on a piece of armor. That way you get another additional heal from leeching shrapnel blast. But, you know, I'm just using my basic stuff. Some things to kind of look at. Divine is something you might want on your amulet. That's going to increase all your healing, incoming healing, by 10%. And also, when you're trying to stay alive, instead of using grasping vines, maybe throw on like stone form. That way you're able to take a little bit extra damage from that as well. But as you can see, like I said, this isn't perfect. I'm not using my artifact blunderbuss. I'm not using the artifact void gauntlet. I'd be able to get a little bit extra points if I were, but that's alright. Attributes wise, full strength. This is an intelligence weapon, but it's just for utility. It's not for anything specific. I'm getting invited here. There's probably a world tour going on right now. That's alright. But yeah, so strength. If you want to get that crit chance up just to help your DPS just a little bit more, which is going to help your healing, go for that. Intelligence. Try to, when you're doing solo play, try not to run. For a while, I was running 0 con. It works out just fine here, but I think just to be careful, just so you're not one shot on some of these named bosses that are around, it's probably wise that you take a little constitution. So I went ahead and just thrown the extra. I want to put 100 constitution in, and whatever came out past this node, I went ahead and threw in there as well. If you feel like your healing isn't necessarily the greatest, you can always grab a little bit more focus. It will give you 10% more incoming healing as well. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Again, so if you're struggling with your heals, they don't seem strong enough, this should be it. You know, if you can get up to 15k health, 15k health, you're not going to have any issues staying alive out here. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab some ice mammoths. We'll try to do a couple here so you can see you can stay alive. Now, ice mammoths is something that you're gonna have to kill for some artifacts, so that's why I want to focus on these. I feel like I used to struggle quite a bit on these guys. You're still gonna need to do dodging and stuff like that. So, like I said, you just constantly heal yourself back. So, there we go. You can see pretty consistent 1200, 1300, 1200 heals, and that's it. Oh, I actually got the gladiator artifact right there. So yeah, as you can see, it's worth it. You're able to tank multiple ice mammoths. Those little chameleons are the bane of my existence. I've gotten killed so many times by those things, and it's you know, takes you back to your spawn point, and it's very aggravating. But that's it. I mean, pretty surprised I got that to drop. That's the gladiator, the round shield. But yeah, so you can see it's worth it. You can heal yourself 1200. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna use stone form because I don't trust these guys. As you can see, those guys, even when they come up on you and try to kill you without you looking, you got them. So yeah, that's it. I mean, there's not a lot to really say about this. This isn't something I don't think you want to bring into you know, a dungeon or anything. I will say that if this is something you want to focus out and have a little increased damage, and you don't have, say, the pestilence or something like that, you can throw on the life taker. Instead of disdained infliction on the life taker, throw that rupture on there. That way you're getting, you know, you're essentially weakening a target. You're healing yourself with this on, and you got that rupture cooldown as well, so you can constantly heal yourself while also putting out a little extra damage. So that is another way to do it. I've already put disdain infliction on mine, and I don't want to make it 725. It's not something I use too often, but it's a great weapon, a great way to get some additional DPS out of your weapons. So always keep that in mind. There's always different things you can do, but again, so fracture would be definitely worth farming out. life taker farming out. But if not, you can craft the bursting void. You can go on the auction house, and there's probably one of these. Not a lot of people use it. Like I said, you're essentially using a Blooddrinker, but you're not losing your 25% damage. And that's big. That allows you to still be able to kill some things and, you know, stay alive while you do it. So I'm going to run over here and grab these chests real quick. So if you guys have any questions about it, go ahead and shoot it down below. If you got any videos you guys want to see, you know, I'm open to do these. This, I got one more best in slot video that I'm working on with the blunderbuss, and that's probably going to be my last one. I've been playing with musket and rapier for a while, rapier and bow, trying to get different setups that are nearly best in slot for these other weapons, even greatsword, and things like that, so that I can start comparing blunderbuss to things like the rapier, and then I can get, you know, some full-fledged comparison videos out for you, so you guys can know where the blunderbuss certainly stands. It's not just, you know, hearsay anymore. For some reason, comparison videos don't exist. Maybe they used to, but I can't find them today. So anyway, that's the plan on future videos. Hopefully everyone's doing good, and I'm 90s Kid. Peace.